as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go! 319! 319!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Darnold from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Ground. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. And his throw is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw, Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Third and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Damon Harrison in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now, look at 56.
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
All right, here we go. Green!
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Able to power through and inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Lauletta again here on 2nd and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession. Now a pitch out to Williams. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Darnold down to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Darnold on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Williams. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Leopard! Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Hot!
A first down carry for Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Darren Lee there to get him down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, You're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing on third down, Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off of play action, Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's got a new one. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Quincy Enunwa, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. 1:58 to go in this 1st half of play. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Here's a give to Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Lauletta on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lauletta looking for a 1st down throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Lauletta. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 6 there, but now it's 3rd. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And they'll throw again with Lauletta. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 3. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Brad Nortman now as he's on to punt for New York. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head into the field. And the ball bay up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They begin the drive with Williams. Room here to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
No, check, Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun, going up top. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets. I guess visiting, if you want to call them that, in their home stadium, on top over the Giants. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the... And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. Muscles him off. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, You feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Anunwa, the intended target.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Again, it's Barkley. Oh, look at that. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And the Jets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw on second down is Darnold. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now off the bootleg, Darnold sliding out of the pocket. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They'll run it with Williams. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, it's Lauletta. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Lauletta on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Lauletta fresh off the pick-6. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Lauletta. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Desperation time on 4th down for Lauletta. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme...
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Rhett Ellison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Boy, it's nice to have a big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Well,
Hey, Easter, you still here, bro?
Felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. Fighting to stay upright. He may try. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it.
What the fuck is he doing, man? Damn. Good fucking defense, man. Good defense,
I
bro.
mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game.
Yeah,
That's
man.
exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar,
Yeah,
two-score game. So hold on here, not done in the fourth. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Lauletta. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone.
That was my interception right there.
Explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Yeah.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Yep.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Yeah.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Lauletta. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Sweet. Oh.
Hurry up, here we go.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he is going to be stopped.
Damn, Williams.
Line of scrimmage. Now as we look
Oh, my God.
on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd down, Crowell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to
Oh
4th
my
down.
God, he's gonna be out.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is
Let's
good.
go, Santos.
He was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that
give me her phone. Don't be messing with her phone.
And carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Here's Lawletta now on 2nd. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach.
Oh, get out of here, buddy. You distracting me.
That's who he needs to get
Gotta
with
kneel
now
out.
and get himself calm.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
All right, good game, Zip. I am out of here. Take advantage of that 15% XP week.
So long, everybody.
Lego. See you next week, fellas.